The following is a live special presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, how are you? My name is Ron Juckett. Welcome to the program for this 20th day of September 2022. Did you enjoy your summer? It's over, or will be very shortly. Anyway, so today is a doubleheader today on Retro Sports Network. Right now, you get Game 3 of the Dodgers and the Cardinals. That series is tied at 1. We'll talk about that more in a moment. Tonight, live on Twitch.tv, you get Game 4 of the Toronto Blue Jays and California Angels in the American League Championship Series. The Blue Jays just need one more win. They have 4 cracks at it to host the games 1 and 2 of the World Series. So the Blue Jays have a chance to sweep tonight. The Dodgers and Cardinals are tied at 1 game apiece. And unlike the real-life Game 3 at Busch Stadium, the weather is clear and 71 degrees and daytime baseball and all that. And so Vince Coleman and so said, tarp machines are 2 things that won't pass in the night. I really can't get a grasp on who has the advantage in the series. As we said in Game 1, the Dodgers have potentially 5 starters with an earned run average under 3. And the Cardinals can run and run and run and run. And both games have really kind of turned on a dime. The Cardinals easily beat Fernando Valenzuela in Game 1 and had the Dodgers on the ropes in Game 2. But for the first time since 1941, the Dodgers came back and walked off a playoff game. So it's an interesting thing as we head back to St. Louis is that really, I don't think you're going to know until we play Game 5 on Thursday who's got the grasp in the series, because these 2 teams really are that even. Advantage Cardinals probably because they're not going to lose Vince Coleman, but the Dodgers can pitch. So with all that being said, how you doing, Sign Mine and Big Dave? Could be a big night for your Blue Jays. Let's get to it. Dodgers and Cardinals next. As Retro Sports Network presents the 1985 National League Championship Series. Today, live from Busch Stadium in St. Louis, Missouri, it's the Los Angeles Dodgers and St. Louis Cardinals. A series that is knotted up at 1 game apiece. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spreaker, Spotify, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. Zalapsky Smurf, how are you? Your big night is tonight, possibly. It'll be John Candelaria for the Angels and Jim Clancy trying to pitch the Blue Jays to the World Series. Whoa, your brand new 27-inch monitor. How about that? I would put myself on camera, but then you'd see all my nose hairs. So Danny Cox, with the series even up at 1, going to the hill. 16-8 on the replay, a 1.321 whip, and a 3.78 ERA. So not as good in the replay as he was in real life. Against the Dodgers, 3 starts in the regular season. He pitched well against them, 2-0 with a 2.88 ERA. 25 innings, 24 hits, 8 runs, all earned. He walked 8 while striking out 13. This being October 13th, he hasn't pitched in 10 days, and even then it was just a 5-inning effort against the Mets. So, go Dodgers, yep. So 251 and a third for Cox, 259 hits, 113 runs, 108 earned, 23 homers, 81 walks, and 150 strikeouts. Cox, who would be, I believe, the starter in 1, 4, and 7 in the real World Series, 26 years old, fastball pitcher, 87, and a fly ball pitcher. Would the computer use the Dodgers' 5th starter out of the pen? No. No, and that's why in a regular season game, I don't interfere with how the computer handles things at all. But in a playoff game, I have no trouble trying to do what's best for the team I'm playing against, because that just, you guys root for both teams or one team over another. Anyway, so Cox is ready. Let's go to it. By the way, it'll be Jerry Royce and Bob Forsch tomorrow in this series. Here's the Dodgers lineup for Game 3. It's pretty much the same as Game 2. Mariano Duncan leads off at short for L.A. Kenny Landreau is in center field. He'll bat second. Mike Marshall in right will bat third. Pedro Guerrero, who you would think would be the heart of the Dodger offense, doesn't have a hit in this series yet. That could all change, but he's 0 for L.A. in the first 2 games. He's in left. Bill Matlock will bat fifth and play third. Greg Brock at first will bat sixth. Steve Sachs at second going seventh. Mike Scioscia, remember, he's second in the National League in hitting, behind the plate going eighth. And Bob Welch, doing his best impression of Phil Niekro in that picture, isn't he? Is on the mound for the Dodgers, batting ninth. So Cox is done with his warm-up pitches. Duncan is 2 for 8 on the series with 3 strikeouts. That is a morning picture, by the way, at Busch Stadium. You can tell because the shadows are coming in over center field. So, no, the computer really doesn't do well with playoff stuff, such as when we get to the World Series, we'll have 2 off days in the travel days because it doesn't want to use pitchers on 3 days rest. And if he didn't get a relief appearance, he's not going to get used. So I'd be the one that would use him. Weather, 71 and sunny. Day game here in St. Louis. Pitch to Duncan in Game 3 starts with a base hit to center field. McGee throws it back in, and that's how this one starts. Here's Landreau, 1 for 5 in Game 2 with a double. Cox delivers. Landreau punches this into right field. Van Slyke moving over. Andy's there. 1 out. Defensively, the Cardinals set up like this. Coleman a 5 and an 8 in left. McGee an 8 and a 7 in center. Van Slyke a 4 and a 9 in right. Pendleton a 9 at third. Ozzie is a 9 at short. Tommy Herr a 5 at second. Jack Clark a 6 at first. Darrell Porter a 5 and a 4 behind the plate. And Cox is a 7 on the mound with a .964 fielding percentage. 1 out for Marshall. Mike 1 for 6 in the first 2 games of the series. Walked twice and struck out 3 times. Danny deals, and there's a fly ball to center. McGee coming in, and there are 2 out. Afternoon postseason. You need some normalcy. Hopefully, how's the wifey feeling? Postseason babes. Well, that'll work too. I play, Sign says, I appreciate trying to keep things square. We generally play the home team, but the human is always going to be better than the AI. And it's going to see things, and, for someone with a high pitch count, such as Welch and Cox, who are both at 130 plus, they're going to leave them in until they get racked. And although it is Game 3, this really is now a best-of-5 series. Sometimes you just got to overrule it. Although, if you know how to manage the Angels, please let me know. Guerrero is 0 for 7 in this series with a strikeout. Pitch to Pedro. Fly ball left field. Coleman over by the bullpens and will make the catch, and that will retire the side. So the Dodgers get a hit, and that's it. They strand him. No runs, a hit, no errors. Half an inning in the books. The Dodgers nothing. Here come the Cardinals. So here's Welch. He only made 23 starts. but his earned run average was 283. And even saying that, it was a half run higher than it was in real life. Against St. Louis, 2 starts, a win, 14 innings, 15 hits, 9 runs, 9 earned, 4 walks, 11 strikeouts, 1-0, and a 5.79 ERA. And if you're a Cardinal fan, that's the worst he did against anybody. Bob hasn't pitched in 8 days. He beat the Reds in his last start of the regular season. Overall, 181 innings, 147 hits, 64 runs, 57 earned, 16 homers. He walked 45, struck out 88, 10-4 on the replay with an earned run average of 283. Bob is 29 years old, a ground ball pitcher, and that fastball tops out at 86. So Lapsky says he likes how the Angels have managed thus far. You're rotten, you know that? Here's how the Cardinals line up for Game 3. Vince Coleman leading off in left field. Willie McGee in center will bat second. Tommy Herr at second will bat third. Jack Clark cleans up at first. Andy Van Slyke in right will bat fifth. Terry Pendleton at third bats sixth. Ozzie Smith hopes the folks go crazy at some point. He's seventh at short. Darrell Porter with a righty on the mound behind the plate going eighth. And Danny Cox, who threw a good first inning, is on the mound batting ninth. Yeah, no, Toronto is just a heck of a team. See, Johnny's wife isolated in a hotel for 2 days because your rental was up Saturday before your wife felt comfortable flying. Tested positive. Yep, got home around midnight last night and took the day off. Well, we're hoping you're with us tonight at 8 for the Angels and the Blue Jays. Anyway, so defensively for the Dodgers, Guerrero a 4 and a 5 in left, Landro a 4 and a 2 in center, Marshall a 3 and an 8 in right, Madlock a 4 at third. They're playing for the bunt, so we won't do it. Duncan a 5 at short, Sachs a 5 at second, Brock a 6 at first, Sosha a 7 and a 6 behind the plate, and Welch is a 7 on the mound with a .933 fielding percentage. Vince Coleman, should have been run over by the ice cream truck. He's 0 for 10 in this series with an RBI. He swings and grounds it right back to Welch over to first, 1 out. Cox, by the way, threw 11 pitches in his half of the first. Here's McGee, 1 for 7 on the series, but that one hit was a home run to right center. That drove in 2, I believe, in their winning Game 1. He's scored, of course, himself, has walked 3 times and struck out once. Welch winds and deals, and that's into shallow left center. Landro rides the Schwinn, 2 out. And that'll bring up her. Tommy 1 for 8 with a run scored. Welch with 2 out here in the first. Right back to Bob. How about that? So a couple of 29s in Napa, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1-3 if you're scoring this. After 1, no score. So Madlock, Brock, and Sachs to face Cox in the second. Madlock 2 for 7. Even has a stolen base. Cox starts the second with a ground ball to Clark. Jack takes it to the bag himself, 1 away. Brings up Greg Brock, who's 1 for 7. And again, this really is a starting pitcher series. You would think if you're a Cardinal fan that the off day, you'd wonder how it messed with Jeff Lottie's confidence, because it was Lottie who choked it for St. Louis in Game 2. Pitch to Greg. Ground ball to first. Second verse, same as the first, for the out. So 2 out for Sachs. Steve is having a good series. 3 for 7, an RBI. has scored twice and walked. So 2 out, top of the second, on a beautiful day in St. Louis. Pitch to Sachs, and that's going to get past Clark all the way down in the corner. Van Slyke's got a good arm, but he's got to get there, and Sachs can run. Sachs has 2. Van Slyke will throw it. Sachs digging for third. The throw is cut off by Ozzie Smith, and Sachs has a 2-out triple. So here's Scioscia, 3 for 7 on the series, 2 singles, a double, and an RBI. So the Dodgers trying to jump out here early. Wind, by the way, blowing in from left at 11. 2 out. Pitch to Scioscia. Ground ball over the mound, a base hit. The Dodgers score first. So Mike Scioscia, an RBI single. And it's 1-0 Dodgers. So here's Welch. He might be after your precious love, but his bat, really not. 180, no homers, 4 RBI. And gonna swing here with 2 out, of course. To third, Pendleton picks it up across the way. They'll go for the slow pitcher, and that will retire the side. But Steve Sachs with a triple and Mike Scioscia with a single, and the Dodgers are on the board. They get 1 run on 2 hits. They leave on a runner. After an inning and a half here in St. Louis, 1-0 Dodgers. So here's Jack Clark. It'll be Clark, Van Slyke, and Pendleton to face Welch here in the second. Jack 2 for 7 on the series. A single, a double, and has struck out 3 times. Welch starts the frame with a long drive to left. That's going to drop in. Guerrero cuts it off, and Clark has a leadoff single. So St. Louis will take the hit. But Clark is really not in a position to steal. Here's Van Slyke. Andy did not play Game 1 with a lefty Fernando on the mound. In Game 2, he went 0 for 2, but walked twice and struck out. Ground ball, Sachs. Duncan for 1. Mariano pivots, throws to first, and they turn it. So 4-6-3, and there's 2 out. For Pendleton, Terry 2 for 7. Has scored twice, walked, stole a base, and grounded into a double play. Welch winds and deals. Chopper up the middle, and Sachs on the dirt, throws to first, and that will retire the side. So Steve Sachs could 2 good defensive plays. Don't everyone pass out at once now. No runs, a hit, no errors. We go to the third here at Busch. 1-0 Dodgers. So top of the lineup, Cox, 9 batters, 27 pitches, 3 hits, and the run was earned. Duncan singled to start the ball game. Danny winds and deals, and Duncan draws the walk. So a 3-2 fastball missed inside, and Duncan has decent speed, although I wouldn't steal him. Here's Landreau. Kenny is 0 for 1. If the ALCS ends tonight, Game 4 of this series will be at noon Eastern. If California wins tonight, Game 4 of the series will be 8 Eastern on Wednesday, with the Angels and Jays starting the playoff doubleheader at noon Eastern. Pitch to Landreau. There goes Duncan. The throw down to Ozzie, and Mariano is out. That's why I wouldn't do it. So they got him. Darrell Porter throws down to Ozzie. 2-6 on the caught stealing, and it's a 2-1 count to Landreau. To first, Clark Takes it to the bag himself. 2 out. Here's Marshall. He's 0 for 1. Royce and Forsch, if the series... Well, this series will go 4. Regardless of the start time. It would be McCaskill and Steeb if there is a Game 5 of the ALCS. Pitch to Marshall. Base hit left center field. Coleman picks it up off the turf. And that's a single. So here's Guerrero. 0 for 1 today. 0 for 8 on the series. Cox trying to keep this a close ball game. Up the middle, and Petey's got his first hit. So Marshall trying for third. McGee's got a good arm, and that's a good throw, but it gets away from Pendleton. And Marshall eventually is going to score, I think. Yes. So Marshall scores. Guerrero ends up at third as McGee uncorked one. And it's 2-0 Dodgers. Yeah, all 2-3-2. Through the CSs and the series. Yep, makes my point about the caught stealing. Although they make up for it on the Cardinal error. So runner on third for Madlock, who is 0 for 1. Guerrero on third. Madlock to her. Tommy throws to first, but the damage is done. It should be an unearned run as McGee just airmailed the throw to third, and the Dodgers score. 1 run, 2 hit, 1 error. After 2.5, it's now 2-0 Dodgers. So you thought the Dodgers made the error on the Duncan caught stealing, but it's those little things that puts the pressure on later on. But right now, it's just 2 runs. You got 21 outs, and Ozzie Smith has having himself a series. He's 4 for 8. He has singled 4 times, driving in 2. Welch starts the third with a chopper. What a play by Sachs. Hard throw to first, and they're kind of wondering if Sachs should get the Gold Glove now or at least wait till the series is over. Here's Porter. Darrell 1 for 3 in Game 2. He walked and struck out. 1 out, bottom of the third. 2-0 Dodgers here in Game 3. Pitch to Porter. Walked him. First walk for Welch. Here's Cox. Danny going to bunt here. 152 on the real replay. No homers and 6 RBI. Cox squares. It's down. Sosha goes to second, and they get Porter. What a heads-up play by Mike Sosha. So Welch tips his cap. Sosha gets down in the crouch. Coleman is 0 for 1. The pitcher on first. Welch, 31 for his opening 9. 2 2/3, a hit and a walk. So, at least in the early going in Game 3, the ball is fortuitously bouncing in the Dodgers' favor. Coleman will swing here, and he draws the walk. So first and second, 2 out for McGee, who was 0 for 1. Welch takes a moment to gather himself and deals. There's a fly ball right center field. That's going to drop in front of Landreau. Let's see if they send Cox. Landreau's got it. Cox rounds third and will score without a throw, and it's 2-1. So here's her. Tommy 0 for 1. We won't move anybody. Pitch to her, chopper to short. Duncan goes to Sachs for the easy out, and that will retire the side. I thought about hitting and running there. No run, or one run, one hit, no errors. The Cardinals leave on 2. We go to the 4th here in St. Louis. LA 2, St. Louis 1. So Brock, Sachs, and Scioscia to face Cox here in the 4th. Danny winds and deals. Struck him out. First for Danny, a 1-2 curve in there at the knees. So Sachs tripled with 2 out in the 2nd and scored. His first time up. That's into center field, and that's going to be a base hit. Drops in front of McGee. Willie picks it up. Sachs with a long round to first. And then we'll hold up. 1 out for Scioscia. And an RBI single in the 2nd. This one has been about as tense as you'd expect. Walked him. So it'll be Welch, and he's in a position to bunt. 1 out. Oh, I'm pitching here. That's right. So Clark and Pendleton come in to play the bunt. 1st and 2nd, 1 out. The Dodgers trying to add to their 2-1 lead. Welch swings to Cox, goes to first, so just as good as a sacrifice bunt. Welch is retired. Sachs and Scioscia move up 92 out for Duncan, who was walked and singled 1 for 1. Danny, 18 batters, 65 pitches, 3 2/3. Not so good the second time through. 6 hits, 2 walks, and a strikeout. Landreau on deck. Cox bears down. Right field. Van Slyke in the corner. It's a big ballpark, and Andy makes the catch to retire the side. Dodgers do not score. No runs, a hit, 2 left on. No errors. Bottom of the 4th here at Busch. LA 2, Cardinals 1. So Clark, Van Slyke, and Pendleton to face Welch here in the 4th. Dodgers now have left on 5 through 4. Clark singled his first time up. And he'll get on with a base hit in the left center field. Guerrero picks it up. And Clark will hold it first. So the 3rd hit for St. Louis. Here's Van Slyke. He's 0 for 1. Welch delivers. Gets away from Scioscia, and Clark moves up 90. So that split finger bounced off the ground and past Scioscia. And now the count is 2-0. Tommy's starting to work that gum in the Dodger dugout. Tying run in scoring position. 2-0 to Van Slyke. Fly ball right field. Marshall, that'll stay in the yard. Has it for the out, but he had to run a long way to get it. And Clark goes to third easily. So the tying run 90 feet away, 1 out for Terry Pendleton, who was 0 for 1. Pitch from Welch to third. Madlock goes to first. Clark will tie the ball game. The throw to Greg Brock is in time, and so everyone will take that. 5-3 on the fielder's choice, but we are knotted up at 2 for Ozzie Smith, who was 0 for 1. Smith laces one down the line and right for extra bases. Marshall running to get it. Smith's going to have 2 easily. He makes the turn. He's going to try for 3. The throw is cut off by relayed by Sachs. And Smith is in there with a triple. Not quite go crazy, folks, but that's a big one. And with 2 out, here's Porter. Darrell walked his first time up. Base hit, extra bases, right center field. Porter has a double. Excuse me. And the game is Cardinals take a 3-2 lead. So both offenses for the National League, quite powerful, have picked and chosen their battles. 2 out for Cox, who reached on a fielder's choice and scored in the 3rd. Welch into right. Marshall will make the catch to retire the side. St. Louis jumps up. They score 2 on 3 hits and no errors. We go to the 5th. It's 3-2 St. Louis. So Landreau, Marshall, and Guerrero to face Cox here in the 5th. Kenny's 0 for 2. Into center. McGee, 1 out. There's Marshall. He singled and scored his last time up. He's 1 for 2. So it's a pensive crowd. The Dodger fans being quiet. Cardinal fans being quiet. Pitch to Marshall. Line drive to Ozzie. 2 out. For Guerrero, who's 1 for 2. Petey has singled, his first hit of the series, and drove in his first run. Cox winds and deals. Line drive to her, and it's a clean 5th. So halfway home in Game 3. This one has been what you'd expect. It's St. Louis 3, the Dodgers 2. Well, if you join us late, here's how we got here. The Dodgers, a singleton in the 2nd. Mike Scioscia, an RBI single to make it 1-0. And in the 3rd, Pedro Guerrero single to make it 2-0. But St. Louis chopped it all back. In the 3rd, Willie McGee, an RBI single to score Danny Cox to make it 2-1. And a moment ago, the Cardinals scored 2 in the 4th. Terry Pendleton, a fielder's choice to tie the game at 2, and then Darrell Porter with a big RBI double to score Ozzie Smith to make it 3-2. Welch, a 5-hitter through 4, Cox, a 6-hitter through 5. St. Louis has had the better pitching in the series, but you just never know. So here's Coleman. He's walked. He's 0 for 1. And he's going to square. Bunn is down. Brock coming in. Coleman needs to run faster, and they throw him out. Coleman hesitated. He was trying to bunt his way on and couldn't do it. So 3-4 on the putout. Here's McGee. He is 1 for 2. Willie has singled and driven in a run. Now it's 3 RBIs in the LCS. Fly ball, left center field. Landreau has it. 2 out. Here's Tommy Herr. Tommy's 0 for 2. Welch delivers. Tommy laces one into right field for a single. Marshall will pick it up. Sachs should have had that, so we'll take away his gold glove. And 2 out for Clark, who was 2 for 2. Singled twice and scored a run. You think the Yankees want that one back, Jamie? Probably wish they hadn't traded Willie McGee for Bob Sykes. Yeah, I think St. Louis and Oakland got the better part of that trade. Pitch to Clark. Laced into left center field. Might be extra bases. Skips into Landro's glove. Hurt. Will run to third. The throw from Landro is cut off by Duncan 20 feet away. And it's first and third and 2 out for Van Slyke, who is 0 for 2. So Welch deals. He walked him. They're loaded. 2 out for Pendleton. Terry is 0 for 2. He has an RBI. Cardinals have loaded the bases. McGee, Clark, and Van Slyke. It's her on third. Scioscia and Welch have a word. They change some signs. Here's the pitch. Gets away from Scioscia and everybody moves up 90. Again, a split finger. That is a wild pitch. And Scioscia got crossed up. So it's now 4-2 St. Louis. Welch probably will not get to bat again. The wild pitches have been costly. Second and third, a 3-1 count. 2 out to Pendleton. Swings and laces that one foul first base side. The Blue Jays scout made that catch. We're told there are Angel scouts in the building, but they're not showing their faces in public. So the count is full to Pendleton. Welch steals. Ground ball to Brock, and the rally has been squelched. So 1 run, 2 hits, and no errors. St. Louis makes it now a 4-2 game. So Madlock, Brock, and Sachs. Yeah, and it's been on the split. There's been 2 split finger fastballs signed mine that have been the big difference. Bill is 0 for 2. Cox starts the 6th. Ground ball to third. Pendleton across the way. 1 out. Although the only charged error in this game goes to Willie McGee. And the Dodgers benefited from that. Here's Brock. Greg is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. To short. Ozzie. 2 out. Yep, been a lot of hits and walks. The score for either team could be higher. Both teams have left on 5 through 5. Here's Sachs. He has singled, tripled, and scored. 2 for 2. This entire series has been played really on the knife's edge. Sachs draws the walk. So a 2-out walk as the fastball on a 3-0 miss low. Brings up Scioscia, who has singled, walked, and driven in a run. 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Dodgers. They left on 5. 4 runs, 7 hits, an error for the Cardinals. And they've left on 5. Throw to first, and Sachs is back. Pitch to Scioscia. Is that gone? It is! A home run down the line and right, and the Dodgers get 2. He has been a hero all year long, And when the Dodgers needed some power, he gave it to them. A 2-run down the right field line home run that is in Ozzie Smith territory. But you don't hear Vin Scully telling folks to go crazy. That ball was just ripped. And there wasn't a blessed thing Van Slyke could do. So Scioscia does his job. Scotty says, I'm going crazy. So a brand new ball game with 2 out here in the top of the 6th. Here's Welch. He's 0 for 2. Stays in the game. Fly ball right field. Van Slyke makes the catch. And that will retire the side. But Mike Scioscia has driven in 3 of the 4 Dodger runs. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's a brand new ball game, 4-4. So it'll be Smith, Porter, and Cox here in the bottom of the 6th to face Welch. Ozzie has a triple. He's 1 for 2. Struck him out. The first for Welch. Ozzie got caught swinging a 2-2 fastball. So here's Porter. 1 for 1, a double, a walk, and an RBI. He was trying to go deep. Was it 3 or 4 was the game? And you talk about a jinx for the Dodgers. I mean, that was the at-bat that NBC flashed on the screen. Has never hit a homer in 2,130 at-bats right-handed. Or left-handed. And then, bingo. Pitch to Porter. Up the middle. Sacks behind the bag. Over to Brock. 2 out. So here's Cox. Danny will stay in the game. Danny 0 for 2 with a run scored. Welch. Base hit left field. Guerrero picks it up. And Duncan should have made that leaping catch, but he didn't. 8th hit for the Cardinals, 7 for the Dodgers. Coleman is 0 for 2 with a walk. Welch 27 batters, 5 2/3, 8 hits, 3 walks, and a strikeout, and 101 pitches for his opening 27. This will be a bullpen game for both teams. Coleman strikes out. Welch got him. He chased the fastball, and that'll do it. Cardinals get a hit, leave a runner on. No runs, no errors. We go to the 7th in Game 3. It's the Dodgers 4, the Cardinals 4. Yep, lightning struck that day. Poor Tom Niedenfuer. Owned by the Cardinals like Aaron Rodgers owns the Bear. Tribe fan says, and like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Jake pressed his khakis just for your call. So Cox, his opening 27 on 99 pitches. 6 innings, 7 hits, the home run to Scioscia. 3 walks and a strikeout. Duncan 1 for 2. Has singled and walked. Struck him out. Cox got him to look at an 0-2 fastball. Only 2 for Danny. Here's Landro. Kenny is 0 for 3. 4-4 tie in the 7th. In the left center, McGee. 2 out. For Marshall, who is 1 for 3, he has singled and scored. Left field, Coleman comes in, makes the catch. Stretch time 4-all. It'll be McGee, who's 1 for 3 with an RBI single. 3 retirements. I knew that Zdeno Chara signed a one-day deal with the Bruins and retired. So what are the other two in the contract extension? Do tell. So Brock and Madlock coming in for the bunt. We aren't going to do it. McGee strikes out. 2-2 fastball that was upstairs, and it was chased. So here's her. Tommy 1 for 3. A single and a run scored. And now we're into fingernail biting time. 4-4, bottom of the 7th. And the series tied at 1. Her draws the walk. So a 3-1 fastball just missed. So here's Clark. Jack is 3 for 3. He has singled 3 times. Oh, PK Subban retired. Did he do the right thing and do a one-day with Montreal? No, I'm sure not. And Keith Yandel. Were the others? Welch throws to first. Her is back, and now I'll do it. So Her will get the go sign here for Clark. Welch to the plate. Her gets a good jump. The throw down to Sachs, and Tommy has it. I'm not surprised about Subban. So now that runner is in scoring position. That's the go-ahead run. And a 1-ball count to Jack Clark, who has had a pretty good ball game. 3 for 3. He has singled 3 times. And with Welch's speed, or her speed, rather, he would score again. Hockey season starting Saturday, or preseason. Pitch to Clark. Fly ball, left field. Back goes Guerrero, and it will stay in the yard. Her will tag and go to third. That looked good off the bat. What little wind there is blowing in from left, but that just kind of ran out of steam. So 2 out for Van Slyke, who is 0 for 2 with a walk. And you got to think both Cox and Welch are just taking deep breaths after every out. Van Slyke into center field. Landro coming in. Makes the catch to retire the side. Tommy stayed with Welch. Again, this game does a lot with pitch count. And the series is tied at 1. We'll see what they do when he comes up again. After 7. No runs, no hits, no errors. The series is deadlocked at 1. Game 3 is deadlocked at 4. So Guerrero, who had his first hit of the LCS in this game, 1 for 3 with an RBI. Excuse me. Cox starts the 8th with a line drive base hit into center field. So Her should have had that. Madlock 0 for 3. Whitey looking out. Cox says, I'm fine. So Whitey stays put. But it's close. Center field. McGee moves over in the left center. Makes the catch. And Guerrero goes back to first. So 1 out. Brock 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Sachs and Sosha, who have done the damage, are coming up. Cox will face Brock. Guerrero on first. Struck him out. An 0-2 curveball. The Rainbow got him at the belt. And that'll do it for Cox. So, righty, lefty, righty. Todd Worrell, first out of the gate. Well, they're 4 for 4 today with 3 RBI. They've driven in 3 of the 4 runs, so I don't want to change all those slides again. So Todd Worrell, who would play a big role in this postseason, Eligible for the playoffs, 26 years old, extreme fly ball pitcher, but this is a big ballpark. Fastball at 91. In 10 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, all earned. He has walked 2 and struck out 12. He's got a full week off and 25 pitches. Sacks 2 for 2, a single, a triple, has scored twice and a walk. And no, we're not going to pinch hit Len Matusik. There's absolutely no reason in the world to pull Steve Sachs. Line drive to short. And even with the out, you don't do that. So they'll retire the side. No runs, a hit, no errors. Welch will try to pitch the 8th. How even is this series? Well, 1 game apiece. 4 runs, 8 hits, and an error for the Cardinals. And they've left on 1 more, 7-6. That's how even it is. The runs and hits are the same. It'll be Pendleton, Smith, and Porter, and then a pinch hitter. Terry is 0 for 3 with an RBI. Chopper to Welch towards first. Underhands quick. Pendleton can run, but he's out on a bang-banger. Here's the Wizard. 1 for 3. He has tripled and struck out. He walks for Porter. And that batting average tells me that I'm not, if the computer pulls him, fine, but I'm not going to pull Welch after that. Porter, 1 for 2, a double and RBI. Throw to first. Ozzie back. We'll leave Ozzie at first. Pitch to Porter. Ground ball up the middle. Sacks to first. And they get Porter. So 2 out. Worrell did his job. Who can hit a righty? Now, I got the picture for Cesar Cedeno from D. Scott Howard, but it's a PNG and it needs to be a JPEG. So Cedeno to pinch hit. He walked in this series. So Scotty, I got to change him to JPEGs before I can use him. 4-4 tie. 2 out, 8th inning. Boy. Let's see what Tommy does. Leaves Welch in the ball game and struck him out. Thank you, my friend. That'll do it. And if that's it for Welch, which it should be, what a way to go out. He crossed up Cedeno there, and that will retire the side. Wowzers, we go to the 9th in a 4-4 tie. So let's tell you about Ken Daly. Ken, 42 games on the replay, 8-3 with 5 saves, and was deadly. A whip of 1,070 and an ERA of under 2. Against the Dodgers, though, only 2 appearances, an inning and a third, 2 hits, a run it was earned, a walk, 3 strikeouts, and a save. He last pitched on the 29th against the Expos and took the loss that day, but the game didn't mean anything. So 47 2/3, and Daly is the pitcher of record. 45 hits, 11 runs, 10 earned, 3 homers. He walked 6 and struck out 51. The thing with the outcome box it was a 369 average or whatever. The outcome box is favoring Socia here, 2 for 2. He homered down the line and right. in the 6th to tie this puppy up at 4. And that's where we are as we start the 9th inning. Daly winds and deals. That's into center field. McGee, that was a rainmaker that Willie's going to catch for an out. So let's see what the computer does for Welch here, who's 0 for 3. And Bob Baylor will pinch hit. Bob 0 for 1, grounded into a double play in L.A. It'll be Coleman, McGee, and Her against the Dodger pen in the 9th. Pitch to Baylor. Up the middle, a base hit. And it gets past McGee. Willie couldn't make the play. Baylor's going for second and is there. A ground ball, and Willie McGee picked his glove up too early. And so again, the Cardinal pen a bit shaky. It'll be Duncan, who is 1 for 3. He has walked and struck out. Daly's pitch. Base hit, left field. Baylor rounds third and will score. And the Dodgers go up 5-4. Wowzers. And for the second time in as many nights, the Cardinal bullpen can't slam the door. So what will they do with Landreau, who is 0 for 4? It is now 5-4 L.A. Landreau stays right center field. McGee makes the catch. Duncan will tag. No, Duncan will hold. That's a surprise. 2 out for Marshall, who's 1 for 4. Throw to second, and Duncan is back. Marshall, base hit left field. Coleman will pick it up. Duncan around third. Maybe. The throw goes in the infield. It's 6-4 L.A. Wow. Out comes Jeff Daly. Ken Daly, in comes Jeff Lottie. And if, look at that outcome box. And here's Guerrero, 2 for 4. He's got an RBI. Marshall on first. Lottie in game 2. Two-thirds of an inning, 3 hits in the winning run. Is this really going to come down to the Cardinal bullpen choking away the series? Guerrero is 2 for 4. He has singled twice and driven in a run. 6-4 Dodgers, top of the 9th, 2 out. Guerrero in the left field. That's well hit, but not that well hit, and Coleman will make the catch. So Dave Anderson will come in to play third for Madlock. And look who's pitching. Tom Niedenfuhr, who has already thrown 2 innings in this series. He's 26 years old, does not like switch-hitting shortstops named Ozzie Smith, fastball at 93, and a fly ball pitcher. He faced 7 batters in Game 2 and retired all but, well, he faced more than 7. He gave up a hit and 2 walks. So 2 innings, a hit, and 2 walks. So the Cardinals need 2 to tie and 3 to win. And it's the top of the lineup. It'll be Coleman who's going to square here. 0 for 3, a walk and a strikeout. He's going to try to bunt his way on. That's a good bunt. This time Brock's going to have to hurry, and Coleman's on. So Coleman beat out that bunt, and that's the 9th Cardinal hit. So Willie McGee is 1 for 4 with an RBI, and he is the tying run. So we'll wait for Niedenfuer to throw over to first, which he does, and Coleman is back. And now we're going to send Coleman. There goes Vince, the throw down to Duncan. Safe. So now that run is in scoring position. And McGee's got some pop. This game could be tied in a moment. Willie has an RBI, 1 for 4, and a strikeout. Niedenfuer deals. Ground ball to Duncan. Mariano throws to first, has to hurry, and McGee beat it out. So here comes her, and he's the winning run. Goodness gracious, Buffy St. Marie. So nobody out. Her is 1 for 3. McGee has thrown 2 pitches, or Niedenfuer has thrown 2 pitches, and they've both reached. Tommy has singled, walked, stolen a base, and scored. Line drive to Brock. And McGee is doubled off. A little looper to Brock. McGee was running, and Brock was able to get back to the bag. 2 out. And so it's now down to Jack Clark. 3 for 4. He has singled 3 times and scored. It's the little things. This has not been Willie McGee's day. A run scored when he uncorked the throw from center. And now the speedster gets doubled off. Bad day for McGee. Yep, 2 errors and doubled off. Where is Bob Sykes? So what's Niedenfuer going to do with Clark? Base hit. Left center. People were thinking that Tommy should walk him. Tommy was going to pitch all the way, and it's 6-5, 2 out. Remember, sign mine, I'm running the Cardinals, not the Dodgers. So here's Van Slyke. He is now the winning run in the 6-5 game. Clark, the tying run. And you got to wonder if you would see Tito Landrum pinch run here. So Niedenfuer not having a great afternoon. It's 77 here in St. Louis, and Niedenfuer certainly is feeling the fryer now. Pitch to Van Slyke is in the left center. Landro coming in, and the Dodgers hang on. And that really is the only thing you can say. They hung on to win this one 6-5. They lead this series 2-1. But the bullpens have all been adopted by the Boston Red Sox on the Mass Pike. Oh, man, what a ball game. 6 runs, 11 hits, and no errors. NBC Nightly News with Tom Brokaw to follow. 5 runs, 11 hits, and 2 errors from St. Louis. Okay, just wanted to make sure that you knew that. The Dodgers leave on 7, and the Cardinals have left on 9. And all 3 of these games have been fantastic, even the one that John Tudor just shut them down. And as we said after Game 1, the Dodgers need to figure out a way to win 4 without beating Tudor, because I don't think they beat Tudor in Game 5. So Bob Welch, 8 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs all earned. He walked 5, struck out 4. And Tom Niedenfuer is going to need a nice cold shower after that. He got the save, but he allowed 3 hits and a run. Danny Cox did so well. He gave up 4 runs, In 7 2/3, allowed 8 hits. Worrell did his job, and now you got to be concerned if you're a Cardinal fan about their closers. Ken Daly and Jeff Lottie have let 2 slip away. Now, I know today's game was tied, but that's why you bring them out. I would imagine this series is going back to L.A. anyway. But right now, it's not guaranteed yet, depending on what happens tomorrow. So, it is 2-1 Los Angeles, and they win the ball game 6-5. But yeah, I think we're going back to L.A. Join us tonight at 8 o'clock for Game 4 of the California Angels-Toronto Blue Jays series. It'll be Jim Clancy versus John Candelaria and the Angel bullpen, as the Blue Jays have the first of their 4 shots to win the American League. Until then, I'm Ron Juckett. Thank you so much for watching. Talk to you later for Game 4. For now, 6-5 Dodgers. If the Blue Jays win tonight, noon Eastern for Game 4. If the Angels win tonight, it's the nighttime game. Until then, we'll talk to you tonight regardless. So long, everybody.